The countdown is on. Coming up tonight in our news weekend, Genesis Junkanoo Group says we are the change. Find out the game-changing performance they've got planned for Boxing Day on Bay. And we are now hours away from Christmas Day. But have you paused to remember the reason for the season yet? Well, the church puts the question to us all. Plus, last-minute holiday hustle. Shoppers flock to stores for final festive finds. It's Christmas Eve, and our news weekend starts right now. This is our news weekend. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Candido Knowles, in for Megan Shepard. Well, tonight we unwrap some heartwarming stories of community giving, festive celebrations, and we ask about the reason for the season. And of course, with 2 days to the most anticipated cultural showdown in a tradition that meets celebration, we get a dazzling sneak peek into the Junkanoo upcoming Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade as we go into the shack of a popular A group. But before we get to all of that, as the holiday season blankets the world in a festive glow, real challenges like climate change persists. The Prime Minister has been an advocate on the world stage, pushing for larger countries to take responsibility for their role on its impact. And while the country continues to make strides, Executive Director of the Bahamas Reef Environmental Education Foundation, BREEF, Casuarina McKinney-Lambert, she says there is strength in numbers.
There are also several treaties that we can be joining to raise our voices and make our voices heard. The Fossil Fuels Non-Proliferation Treaty is one of these. There are now 12 countries, mostly island nations, that have joined the Fossil Fuels Non-Proliferation Treaty and and this is a powerful voice that we hope the Bahamas will also become a part of. 4 of these nations joined during COP28 while they were all together discussing climate change.
Climate advisor in the Office of the Prime Minister, Dr. Rochelle Knowles, recently announcing several opportunities for young people to join in the fight. McKinney-Lambert says this is a step in the right direction.
Climate change really is an issue for young people. They are going to be feeling the impacts many decades into the future, when some of the people who are making decisions now may not be around. So we really, really encourage young people to make their voices known. At BREEF, we have a program called Eco Schools, and we have a program called Young Reporters for the Environment. And climate change is a big element of these 2 programs, because it's absolutely essential that they're communicating their opinions, and that we slightly older people are making sure that these youth voices are heard.
However, the executive director notes that climate change affects all aspects of society, whether that be socially or financially.
This is absolutely intrinsic to our way of life. So whether it's a group of Girl Scouts or a church youth group or a school after-school activity program, everybody needs to have climate change on our mind and be thinking about how to get involved and how to make a difference.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Megan Shepard.
All right, thanks a lot, Megan. Well, a 38-year-old man is hospitalized after being shot by police. Investigators say the incident happened on Grand Street just after 11 p.m. Saturday when officers responded to gunshots reported by Shot Spotter Technology. Officers say they conducted a stop and search of a burgundy Nissan Cube that appeared to be attempting to flee. 2 men, aged 38 and 24, were ordered out of the vehicle. Upon exiting, police say the 38-year-old produced a firearm, resulting in an altercation with officers and his subsequent shooting by police. A high-powered weapon with ammunition was seized, leading to the arrest of both men. The injured suspect is now in stable condition in hospital. Well, in a wave of empowerment, women are rising to the top across the nation, particularly in the armed forces. It's being heralded by Commissioner Clayton Fernandez as Assistant Commissioner Shanta Knowles recently became the first woman to lead the Royal Bahamas Police Force Northern Division. Fernandez applauded the historic moment, showcasing the growing influence of women in key roles throughout the region.
You could see that there's a female knocking on the door to be in the next Commissioner of Police. We have so many talent in different areas, females leading and commanding different units within the organization. So I support that with females moving to that level. We had 2 deputy commissioners, females, and who even acted, a deputy commissioner of police, female, who acted as commissioner of police. So that door is pretty much wide open.
All right, and now to the most anticipated cultural event of the year, Junkanoo. We are just 2 days away from the powerful music and massive costumes, and this year, the Genesis Warhawks say they are looking to change the game. The group's chairman says Junkanoo lovers should come to Bay prepared to be fed. Berthany McDermott visited their shack.
We, the Genesis Warhawks of Change, will be making a change starting on Monday night. 10 p.m. We will make that change.
With its theme, Who's Hungry, the Genesis Warhawk says they're looking to bring something different. The theme will show Junkanoo spectators their favorite meals from breakfast to dinner and even your late-night snacks. Chairman Corey Taylor says the group is ready.
We are well prepared. We have already laid out what we're going to do. We're going to execute. There will be some surprises, and like we said, don't be late. Come with your belly empty and you will be fed.
Genesis came third in the 2022 Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade with 88.93 points. And while other Junkanoo groups say their shacks are hectic, just a few short days ahead of the Boxing Day Parade, Taylor says Genesis is on cruise control.
We're in a good space. There's no battling going on, so the franticity really isn't there. It's more of just a cruising atmosphere. We're prepared. We're first out the gate. For those who think we're not going to be there, don't be late, because we will be there. Who's hungry?
And then there's the music. Taylor says their song selection is key.
We will have a lot of interactive going on along with the crowds. And, we got a lot of fan favorites, a lot of stuff that you would have heard on the radios and whatnot. We will be bringing it all.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
All right, and remember, stay with the RTV network for continuing live coverage of the 2023 Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade, December 25th. Beginning at 9:30 p.m. right here on RTV channel 212, and watch our live at Our News Bahamas on Facebook. That's our live stream if you want to see all of the fanfare, costumes, and sweet sounds of Junkanoo. Tune in as the team you already trust brings you the best seats in the house. Well, it is time now for your first look at temperatures as we unwrap the Christmas forecast. You can expect, I'm told, a sprinkle of sunshine with a dash of holiday cheer. Joining us now is meteorologist Ian McKenzie. Ian?
Thanks, Gandino, and good evening, Bahamas. Welcome to your Christmas Eve forecast, where a lot of persons are anxious about what to expect tomorrow and into Tuesday morning. Currently outside our studios, we're under cloudy skies with a temperature of 73. Winds are from the east-northeast at 16 miles per hour, with a comfortable feels-like temperature of 70. Current temperatures across the country at this time: in our nation's second city, Freeport, we have 69, 73 in Marsh Harbor, the capital, as well as Nicholstown, Andros, 75 in Allenstown, 74 in Governor's Harbor, Eleuthero. For the central Bahamas, continuing 75s in Camps Bay, as well as Arthurstown, Kidd Island, a pair of 76s in Georgetown and Deadman's Key, Long Island, and 72 in Coburn Town, San Salvador. For the southeast Bahamas, we have 77 in Duncantown and Matthewtown in Nagua, a pair of 76s in Colonel Hill and Delectable Bay, Auckland, as well as Providenciales, Turks and Caicos, and 75 in Abrahams Bay, Mayaguana. Taking a first look now at our satellite and radar imagery, where we have this plume of moisture approaching our area. We also have a developing low-pressure system in the Gulf of Mexico. We'll speak more to that and what to expect for Christmas and the upcoming Christmas week.
All right, well, we hope you've been paying attention and hunting during our Thursday and Friday newscast, because later tonight we continue our holiday giveaway. Those that spotted Holly during Friday's newscast will have a chance to win one of our fabulous prizes. Stick with us to see if that winner is you. And still to come on our news, amidst the holiday hustle, we get a gentle reminder from the Bahamas Christian Council: don't let the rush overshadow the reason for the season. Plus, a Christmas conscience. The executive director of the Feeding Network urging locals to stop wasting food. The story when Our News Weekend returns.
Doctors Hospital's reimagined primary care. We have invested to improve our health system, ensuring that accessible, affordable, world-class clinical care is closer to you. Your relationship with a primary care provider shapes the foundation of your overall health. Our new, modern primary care facilities are where critical diagnosis and true personalized treatment begin. With locations across New Providence, Grand Bahama, and Exuma, we invite you to experience the Doctor's Hospital difference. Book your next appointment at clinics.doctorshos.com.
Oh, that's all right. Okay, anyhow, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah.
Blanket,
Binda.
what you doing now?
This is all painted town red Christmas sale, and in keeping with our team, I'm painting everything red, all the parking lot, all the facade, them. I paint everything red.
What you got painted so far?
Oh, I ain't started yet.
Mother flip.
Everything will be painted red, and all up in the front here will be painted red because everything will be on sale. See all them slabs over there? On sale. Look inside. All the tile them on sale. I tell you that. All the SPC flooring on sale. The only thing not on sale is the tin set and grout, because that will never be on sale. But it's gonna be a red hot Christmas sale. I tell you that. Now, Bender, where you going with that? Bender, where you going with that? Bender, don't skylark my Bender. The town red Christmas sale now on till December 24th. Oh.
Have you heard that sound? It's the sound of us. Since our origins, we burst music. Our sounds mixed together. So let us hear your sound too. Your sound of passion, of joy, of friendship. The sound of your style and the beat of your night. It's time to play together the sound of Guinness, the sounds of greatness.
In all the Christmas rush, the Bahamas Christian Council is reminding us all to remember the reason for the season. Bethany McDermott spoke with the head of the BCC.
With just a few hours to the much-anticipated Christmas holiday, Christian Council President Bishop Delton Fernando says it's one of the biggest days on the Christian calendar. But Fernando says sometimes we can forget the true reason for the season.
I think so much of the world and the Bahamas have become caught up in it that the focus is on each other rather than the purpose of this gift that was given to us. We're so busy. How would you like on your birthday that everybody else got a gift except you? The greatest gift we could give to Christ is to be our brother's keepers, to give love one to another, to be there for those downtrodden. What if on this special day we could help all of those that are hungry, all of those that are on the streets, all of those just by $1, $5, $10, just making a difference in their life. You've given a gift to the least of these. You're giving it unto me.
Fernando says Jesus Christ is the greatest gift given to the earth. While Christmas is known as the birthday of Jesus Christ, it's also a time to gather with family under the Christmas tree and exchange gifts. But Fernando says some people are unaware of the season.
We haven't spent time being rooted and grounded, and so it's easy to take the Christ and put X, and it simply means it's a celebration rather than a focus on the Christ. We have to take that back as parents, as leaders, as people being intentional, that we must really put the focus back on Christ.
So as you prepare your Christmas meals and presents, Fernando had this message for Bahamians during this Yuletide season.
Jesus is the light of the world. This dark areas that we may find ourselves in, some of the challenges to all of us, that even in the midst of our circumstances, know that Christ will light up that situation. And so as we go forward as a nation, we celebrated 50 years of God's grace and mercy to us. Let's really, really focus on the gift that keeps giving. Health, life, the ability to go forward, the pursuit of all that God has allowed us to pursue. But let's pause now and tell him thank you. And let's do it in the best way we know how, lifting up the name of Jesus.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Bethany McDermott.
All right, thanks a lot for that. The Christmas spirit has been moving all across the country, but here in New Providence, the Fox Foundation recently hosted its annual Christmas holiday event, distributing food vouchers totaling $350,000. Archdeacon James Palacios, the executive director for the Bahamas Feeding Network, he participated in the giveaway, describing it as a service driven by love.
The reason for the season is God's ultimate gift to us, which is the gift of salvation in the person of his Son, Jesus Christ, who came as a babe. He came to show love, and that is what we're supposed to be showing to each other.
Palacios also advocating for residents to offer more assistance and to be conscious of their habits.
The Red Cross reported a 60% decrease in its contributions and donations from Bahamians and others. And we would like to encourage more and more Bahamians to give. No, you can't give on this magnitude. You might not give $1,000, but there's somebody in whose heart you could bring a cheer. And that's what I'm urging people to do. And stop wasting food. Bahamians waste too much. That's why so many of us do not have. When we can preserve what we have, God is going to give us more.
All right, when our news comes back from the break, countdown to Christmas continues as last-minute shoppers swarm stores in festive frenzy. Plus, stick around for our latest Holly's Holiday Hunt winner, and it could be you. Find out when our news returns. This is our news. Welcome back. In a bustling display of holiday spirit, New Providence streets were alive with activity today as residents rushed to finish their final rounds of Christmas shopping. Gene Joseph, he took to the streets to capture the excitement and gauge the pulse of last-minute shoppers.
It's Christmas Eve, and we're out and about seeing how Bahamians are getting those last-minute preparations in. Shoppers like Allison Taylor came out with silver and gold in mind.
It's going really well. We're about to go in Crown Jewelers just to get a little something for our family, my aunties and my uncles them.
While others like Angel Bain were in search of sweet scents.
Perfume. I'm gonna go check out John Bull for perfume, so I should be able to find it.
Still, shoppers like Sasha and Brister, who started their Christmas hunt a bit late, chose to stuff the stockings with something special from Alive.
I have to admit it's been pretty good so far, considering that I've started late. I'm usually not a late shopper, but this year caught me off guard. But so far so good. Alive had amazing service. I was served really quickly. So now I just got a few more stops to make before the day gets really, really hectic.
Brister says, despite some hefty price tags, she is prepared to make her loved ones smile.
Prices could always be better, even on a regular day. But of course, you know, it's the holidays. It's something that we prep for. And I think people just want to be able to love on their family members and their friends. So they're willing to go, you know, just a little bit over.
Anthony Clark also shares the sentiment, despite shrinking pockets and rising utility costs.
I mean, everything's expensive right now. You know, they're slow for a while, so... Yeah, but the family need gifts, the family need things, so you gotta do what you gotta do.
RM Bailey Park vendors also showed their wares, hopeful to cash in on the last-minute Christmas sales. Despite an unusual slow start, Alcena Robinson says he's optimistic things will pick up.
Well, actually, it's a little different this year. Not as many people early on, but as you see, people are starting to come in. They're starting to make the walkabout. The business is, we're looking forward for a great turnout later on this evening. Of course, tomorrow is always going to be a big day as well.
Many shops and vendors around town want to help you find those last-minute gifts. Yet, even if your budget limits material offerings, we hope you're at least able to make someone smile on Christmas Day. Reporting for our news, I'm Gene Joseph, wishing you a Merry Christmas.
All right, thanks so much for that, Gene. When our news weekend comes back from the break, meteorologist Ian McKenzie, he's back with your Christmas weather forecast and all you need to know ahead of your Holly Jolly celebrations. And speaking of Holly, our Holly's Holiday Hunt winner is announced when our news returns. Welcome back to our news. We are hours away from Christmas, but temperatures may be heating up for the holidays. Ian McKenzie, meteorologist Ian McKenzie, he's back in the Weather Center with our extended holiday forecast. Ian?
Thanks, Gindino. Welcome back, everyone. Here's a look now at your extended forecast where we continue to see this plume of moisture covering our islands. We also have a developing low-pressure system in the central Gulf of Mexico. This should enhance activity across our area into Christmas night and possibly even into Boxing Day morning, which could spell some issues for Junkanoo. Boating forecast across the area for all areas. Small craft should use caution. Winds east to southeast at 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 7 feet, but up to 9 feet, no easterly swells. You can expect a low tide tonight at 11:50 p.m., high tide tomorrow morning at 6:20 a.m. Here's a look now at your national forecast. And in your extended forecast, tomorrow, Christmas Day, cloudy, breezy conditions, comfortable weather. However, by late night, we expect ushering in of moisture that could create some problems. Like I said earlier, for Boxing Day, Junkanoo, we're looking at 84% rain chances. However, we should get some clearing by 2 p.m. Tuesday afternoon rather. Wednesday, conditions improving. Thursday, we expect a strong cold front into the area that should usher in some cooler temperatures towards New Year's weekend. That's your look at your forecast for this Christmas Eve. Make it a great, safe, fun, enjoyable Christmas, everyone.
All right, thanks so much for that, Ian, and same to you. Well, now it's time to announce the winner of our Holly's Holiday Hunt. 6 amazing fans have had the chance at this week's surprise gift. Let's find out who our winner is. All right, it looks like it's gonna be Yvette Ferguson. All right, Yvette, you've earned a fantastic prize, an Our News gift bag. It's being brought to you by our partners at Costrite. And in the spirit of giving, Christmas giving, we spun a second time for a super special prize being brought to you from our friends over at Alive. Christopher McCoy, you have won a pair of Junkanoo tickets for the upcoming Boxing Day parade. A heartfelt thank you to everyone who participated and kept the hunt alive with participating in this, and of course the Costrite and Alive teams for our wonderful prizes. Congratulations again to both of our winners tonight, Yvette and Christopher, and make sure that you continue to watch our news and participate in Holly's Hunt as it continues. That's going to do it for us in our news this weekend. We thank you so much for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Candino Knowles, wishing you a safe and Merry Christmas.